Coming to you live from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, and all across the world, psychic, medium, and energetic healer Sheena Metal brings you Messages from Spirit.
Hi, and welcome to Messages from Spirit, only on PARAPOD TV. I'm your host, Sheena Metal. I'm a psychic medium. I'm an energetic healer. And here's what we do on the show every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time. I'm a real psychic talking to real people who ask real questions. I work to get them real messages from Spirit. We have a real conversation and hopefully get them the real healing and answers that they need. That's what we do every week here. And I'm so excited to be here every week with you. You can find me at sheenametalspiritual.com. Please go over there. Check me out. Get to know me better. I love that. And also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, send me a text message at 818-437-0886. If you're outside of the U.S., you can hit me up on WhatsApp. 1 is my country code, 1-818-437-0886. And of course, I would love it if you would follow me everywhere on social media. I'm just at Sheena Metal. Here's what we're talking about. Oh, this is a hard one. Sometimes I was talking to a client last night who has a person in their life that is not the healthiest for them. And I think last night it just really became apparent to my client that this is a person that you need to either have in your life in a very limited capacity or not at all. Sometimes people that are very draining and that hold a lot of negativity within them, they can be really fun. They seem like they're a good time, or they can be very needy. And as an empath and a nurturer, you feel like you have to care for them. But the truth is, these people are dragging you down. Beware of people that you feel tired after you spend time with. Beware of people that are always pulling you into some kind of drama. Beware of people that you find yourself getting into arguments and fights with people that you never had arguments with or fought before. And they're all related to this person. One time in my life, I suddenly realized I was in 10 or 15 different arguments with people. And I thought, what's going on? I never have arguments with people. And I slowly but surely could trace them all back to this one person. And I realized there was somebody in my midst, a malignant narcissist, who was causing problems within my friendships. This is what narcissists do. For them, it's like eating and breathing. It's not personal. It's just what they do. They cause problems. So if there's a person in your life, and ever since they've entered your life, you've noticed you're always fighting with your other friends, or you're always fighting with their friends, or there's always trouble, and it comes back to this person and their problems. And sometimes because they can be so magnetic and they can be so charismatic, you're still drawn to them. Others are still drawn to them. This is perfectly normal, and it's not your fault. But it is a good idea that every once in a while, on a frequent basis, frequently, as I like to say, you touch base with the people in your life and you check in energetically and see if there's somebody in your life that in some capacity is not making you feel good. So my client had cut this person off pretty much and was not really having a lot of contact. And then slowly but surely this person came back, because that's what they do, right? And my client was, starting to talk and saying to me, oh, you know what? This person is different. We're having great conversations. It's not like before. And then a couple of nights ago, bam, there you go. It's the deceit and the crying and the whining and the anger and the jealousy. And there comes all the personality stuff again, because folks like that, they can only cover up, they can only have the facade that covers up their true negativity for so long. And after a while, they literally can't stand it. And they have to repeat the behaviors again. And the bottom line is, and I say this to my clients, somebody I say this to during almost every session. If you have people in your life that are not making you feel good, they got to go. Or at least they have to be backed off enough, backed away enough that they're not viscerally right in front of you all the time, where they can continue to cause harm to you and damage your other relationships. Now, if you have somebody in your life that you care about and they have somebody in their life like that, and you feel like you're always fighting for your relationship with them because this person is always trying to pull you apart, that's probably the hardest place to be. Because what can you do? You can try to tell them, hey, a lot of our problems are this person. But they're probably not going to believe that, because that person is whispering in their ear and telling them everything they've always wanted to hear. It's not you. You didn't do it. You're wonderful. It's that person. You're great. Nobody appreciates you. I appreciate you, but nobody else does. The same kind of stuff. It's the same pattern. My mom used to say that you could stamp these people out with a cookie cutter because they're all exactly the same. Just be careful. I'm begging you, just do a checklist every month of the people in your life, and make sure the people that are surrounding you are people that make you feel good and people that help and make your other relationships better. People that make you feel better and people that strengthen your other relationships and not tear them apart. That's what you can do for me. That's what I need from you. So hard to talk about, because our friendships and our love relationships and our family relationships and our work relationships are so sacred to us. But sometimes somebody gets in there that's not that good for you. And I want you to be wary of that, okay? And I want you to make sure you're only moving forward in situations that make you feel good. Can you do that for me? All right. Let's do a message from Spirit. Hi. Oh, I can't hear you. I can see you, but I can't hear you. Oh, I think we're working on it. Sweetie, I might have you go out and come back in. I don't know why I can't hear you. But I can see you. You look great, but I can't hear you. Let's take her out and bring somebody in, and then we'll get her back in. It happens. We're living in a technical world, and I am not a technical girl. Thank God for our wonderful producer and engineer, Emery, who is the wind beneath my wings. And also, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. See, I can hear you.
Excellent.
Who are you? Where are you coming in from, sweetheart?
Hi, Sheena. My name is David, and I'm coming in from St. Petersburg, Florida.
Beautiful. And I think our engineer and producer, Emery, is very close to you. What's your question for me today, sweetie?
Wow, I think based on your comment at the beginning, I had to change that a little bit. I think my life is so full of transition right now, with place to live, relationship, and job. I'm wondering which one is first, and what really needs to happen first. I'm kind of thinking job, but I feel some turmoil there, and I just need maybe some direction there.
I definitely think career is something you need to be thinking about, the long game of career. What does your career look like? What do you really want to do? Where are you going? Because career and job can be different, right? Because job can be temporary. I would say after figuring out where you want your career to go, then the next thing would be location. Where do you want to live out your life? Where are you heading? What's going to make your soul feel good? And then think about what can be my job when I get there. And also, what kind of job do I have to have until I can afford to go there? So it's kind of like a lot of things in a specific order. Does that make sense, David?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you're going to need money to make a move, but you need to figure out where you want to move to, and you need to figure out where this is all going. So you're not just like a vagabond going from thing to thing. You need to find your North Star and what you're really heading towards. And I think that is so important for you, because you need to have that direction. You need that magnet that pulls you, right?
Absolutely.
You need to feel that pull, so you're not just kind of drifting.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. Thank you.
So think of it in that order. All right, sweetie. And I'm saying lots of prayers for you. It's going to be okay.
Thank you so much. Thanks for taking my question.
My pleasure. What a lovely energy you have. Just beautiful. Just lovely, David. Always a pleasure. Yeah, sometimes it's just there's so many things we want to do. We have to figure out how we want to do them. Like, I got to remodel this house, and then I got to do my other house. And it's been one of those things that it's so overwhelming. I finally have figured out now the order and how I'm going to do it as far as the rooms. And then I have to find the people, which I'm getting close with that. And then I have to figure out, what's the flooring I want? What's this one? And the whole thing just seems like, and then I got to figure out, what are the cat and I going to do when this is all going on? And someone's going to have to pack up my entire life. And the whole thing just seems so overwhelming that then it doesn't get done. And so I've started now to just make this piecemeal list of this, then this, then this, then this, then this, to figure it out. Because otherwise it's going to not be good. So that's really important that we figure out what we want and in what order we want it. Because then we just need to know what's the first step. Because while we're making the first step, we can figure the rest of the steps out. We just need to write an outline that sort of gives us the steps in sort of a timeline. And then we need to know, okay, what's the first thing? And I can really concentrate on that now. And what does that look like? So for me, I figured out what rooms I'm doing first. And then what am I going to do with the cat and me while that's going on? So I've gotten that far. So now I just have to put those steps into action and get the people, and then figure out picking out the flooring and picking out the this and that. But that's what our lives are like, right? It's a mixture of the big decisions and the little minutia decisions that follow the big decisions. And it's a lot. So give yourself a break and just try to come up with what the next step is. Like a rock climber, right? They haven't planned the whole trip to the top. That's my next footing is right here. So I can go that far. Think of it like that. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Who are you
Hi.
and where are you calling from, sweetheart?
I'm good. I'm Aldane Latavia Campbell, and I'm calling from Miami, Florida.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And what's your question for me, sweetie? Did I lose you? Oh, there you are. Hi, sweetie. What's your question?
Okay, so my question is about relationship.
Okay.
So recently I was talking to this guy. We just
Okay.
separated.
Forgive us for the technical problems. It happens sometimes. Lots of crazy
What
weather.
his intention were, ever gonna, get back together or not.
Sweetie, you cut out on me for a minute. Will you repeat your question?
Yes. So my question is, what?
This is so weird. Every time she goes to answer,
And are we gonna get back in a relationship or not?
Okay, so this
Can you
is
hear
so
me?
weird. Every time you ask the question, you cut out and you come right back in at, are we going to get into a relationship or not? So just tell me, what's the first part of that question? And it happened again. Okay, that is so weird.
What is this intention towards me? Like whatever.
It just happened again. Can you believe that? Okay, this is not an accident
I
now.
was
This
saying,
is
what is this?
spiritual interference. There's no way that that's an accident. That would happen 3 times, and every time it would just come back with the end question. Okay, so this is what I'm gathering from so there's a person in your life that you have sort of been involved with and then not, and now you're looking to
I'm
see.
saying, yes, I'm saying, what is his intention towards me? Like, do he really likes me or not?
He does.
And are we gonna get back together?
But I see like there's a connection problem, sort of like we're having right now. He's having trouble like actualizing his feelings. Does that make sense? Like you can feel the chemistry's there, you can feel the spiritual connection is there, but not enough is happening.
Okay, only thing I heard was trouble, and then the call, got cut out.
It's so strange. Okay, I tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let you go, and you can hear my response while you're in the waiting room. Is that okay? Okay, let's put her in the waiting room, and then she can hear my response. So here's the thing: the intentions are there, the feelings are there. He's having trouble actualizing like putting the emotions into action. So you can feel the chemistry. Tavia, you can feel the tie between you, but on an earthbound plane, on the earth, the relationship is not progressing the way that you want, because he emotionally gets hitched up and doesn't move forward in the way that he should. So he just needs time, love, and tenderness, right? They say he needs, and it's hard for you, I know, because you just have to kind of stay mellow and stay present and stay with it. But he needs the time to get his emotions around to where his soul is. Does that make sense? Because his soul really wants this, but it's just getting him to get his emotions in check, because he's just not real good at this kind of thing. But know that it's not for a lack of connection, chemistry, or feelings for you. It's just that he doesn't quite know how to make it all happen inside of him. So be patient and just put some time in, and just be a good person and a good friend and a good person in his life, and let him figure it out, because he will. All right. It really looks like it's going to be okay. All right. I'm sending you so much love. I'm sorry about the connection. That's so weird. Every time it cut the same part out. It's so strange. Very, very strange. All right. This is a common thing I deal with my clients a lot in sessions. If you'd like to book a private session with me, send me a text message, 818-437-0886. It's oftentimes there's a really big spiritual connection between you and someone else, but emotionally that person just can't get it together. We've all been there. I've been there in my life where you could feel the visceral nature of that connection, but for whatever reason, they're running for the hills. And it's hard to be the person on the other end that's not the runner. It's so hard. I'm sure it's hard for the runner too, because they must feel miserable inside their own skin. But I'm never the runner, so it's hard to be on the other end of it. And I sympathize with my chasers. You got to stop chasing, and you just have to let it be. Let it be, and love them from a distance, and give them time to figure it out. Does that make sense? So important. All right. All right. Sending you so much love, sweetheart. I'm so sorry about the connection. Okay. Let's do another message from Spirit. I would love that. Hi. We're having tech problems today. It's nobody's problem. It's just the technical way of the world. I did a guest spot on somebody else's show before, and it was the same problems. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, who are you
I'm
and where are you coming in from, sweetie?
Hi, I'm Delina, and I'm from California.
Beautiful. Where you from in Cali?
I'm losing my voice. San Leandro.
Beautiful. Awesome.
I'm losing my voice. I don't know.
No, you're fine, sweetie. What's your question for me?
Anything from spirit that I can get?
Sure. Why don't you give me a specific question just because we're moving fast?
I'm trying to connect with my guides and my mother and brother that are gone. So
Okay. Okay.
whatever they can help me with.
Your mama's coming in really strong. She is always with you, sweetheart. Are you going through a hard time?
Yeah.
Is that too direct to ask that? Let me rephrase that. Let me get out of my Irish Aries self and rephrase that. Has it been kind of a difficult time, and are you feeling a little melancholy, little blue?
Yes.
Yeah, your mom is worried about you. She says that you can you ever feel like sort of like warm almost in your upper back area, like she might be giving you a hug from behind? I mean, that's what she's trying.
Not often.
Okay. Not often enough. She's trying.
Okay.
She really wants to be there for you.
It's her death anniversary these couple days, so
Oh, yeah, maybe that's why she's trying so hard.
yeah. And my brother was murdered during COVID, so that's another one that I really miss
Yeah,
a lot.
I see him too. He's a little less visceral, like he's a little more in the background. He's a little more subdued. Was that just kind of his personality, just a little more subdued?
He was pretty hyper.
Yeah, he's
So
coming through very subdued now. Isn't that interesting? Very mellow. The hyperness seems to be something he left behind.
okay.
But he's kind of also letting your mom take the lead, because I think he just sort of defers to her when it comes to you.
Yeah, because he gets shy. Sometimes he'll get a little shy.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why I'm feeling the subdued, is the shyness, sweetie.
Yeah.
It's so important that you let your mom know that you know she's there. Even if you're not feeling earthbound signs, which sometimes they're sending us and we're just not receiving, you know?
Okay.
It's so important because she needs the validation of you telling her that you know she's there. It's very important to her.
Is she still earthbound? Is she an earthbound spirit, or is
Oh,
she?
she goes back and forth. Most spirits
Yeah.
travel back and forth.
Okay.
Almost all spirits transition right away. If they don't, there's a problem. Most of them transition right away, but then they can come back whenever they want.
Yeah.
Your brother's asking. He died suddenly, right?
Yeah, he was murdered. Like he was gunned down
Yeah.
during around COVID.
He wants to know what's going on with that, because he wants to make sure you're safe. You're not getting too involved in that, right?
No, but they still haven't gotten anywhere with this case.
Yeah, that's what he's telling me. Yeah, and he wants you to not try to be the crime stopper and solve it, because it's some pretty nasty people. Did he get in? Did he? If somebody he knew, right? Somebody he knew was involved with some bad people.
It could have been, but I thought he may have just gotten robbed because nobody can really understand what happened. Like everybody was in shock about the whole thing. It was unexpected.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it feels like it was almost like an assassination, but it wasn't. it almost wasn't directed at him. Was there anybody with him?
I think he was by himself when it happened. But
Okay.
if there was, then they ran, or they,
Yes.
you know.
Somebody else was there, sweetie. Somebody was there, and then they took off. Partially in fear and partially that they didn't want to be involved when the police came. But they were really the target, not your brother. It was an accident. It wasn't. I mean, I think at that point they would have just gunned down anybody who was there, but it was the friend was the one they were looking for. Does that make any sense to you? Do you know anybody that knows him that you could just kind of casually ask about that?
Well, he was helping his manager. He was kind of helping in the apartment building where he lived.
Okay.
So everybody kind of came to him for everything.
Yeah.
So whenever there was a problem, he was always trying to, push the bad people away and clean up and help people. And
Yeah.
he
He
was
was a
really,
super good guy in that respect.
yeah, he helped a lot of people. And that's why nobody can understand, like, everybody was really in shock
Yeah.
when this happened. So
Yeah. Yes. I'm so sorry, sweetie. But your mom, she just wants you to acknowledge she's there, and she wants you to allow her to help you. She just wants you to allow her to help you. Does that make sense?
okay.
She's trying to get you through this rough time, sweetie.
Okay.
She says at a time you just need to get through this little patch of time, and then you're going to soar and feel so good in life. Okay. And she says you're probably not going to believe that right now, but you have to trust her.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Now,
I'm sorry.
what does my brother feel about me bringing his ashes home at this time, like temporarily? Is that okay, or should I not?
No, he wants that. Please do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And where is your mom? Is there a way you can mix you can mix him and your mom together in a way?
Yeah, well, she's already buried there with my grandmother, but
Okay.
he will be there with them when they can get it together at the cemetery. But
Okay, good. That's what he wants. Good. That's what he wants, sweetheart. But he wants you to save a little bit for you and to be in your house.
okay.
A little bit. Just a little bit. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Take care, sweetheart. Everything's going to be okay.
Thank you.
You bet. You too, hon. Take care. Yeah, it's hard, man, when you lose people, especially when it's suddenly like that. It's so hard. Really, really hard. I feel for you. Let's all send some love out to her because I definitely feel for her. Let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi, I'm Kathy
Hi,
from Los
Kathy.
Angeles. Hi, Sheena.
Beautiful. Hi, hon. What's your question?
So my question is this: I'm looking at starting my own venture, my own
Love it.
entrepreneurial venture,
Okay.
and I'm close to getting all the ducks in the row. And then I had the thought, the other day, geez, is this really what I want? I mean, I've spoken about this, I've worked about this, and I'm moving forward. And then I started to question myself. Is
Oh.
this So the question is, am I on the right path? Setting myself up for this third chapter in my life. Am I on the right path?
You are. You're definitely on the right path. It's interesting because when you said in the beginning that you were starting a new venture, what Spirit said was long time coming. So you've been thinking about this for a while.
Yeah.
About starting your own thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just kind of talking yourself out of it or talking yourself into postponing it.
I've had to wait a while. I had to go through, a false start with a partner that it didn't work out, and pick myself up from that and say, hey, this is what I really want to do. This is what I think I really want to do. And I've been taking the steps forward. And before I jump really off that precipice, the thought was, is this what should I do? Or should I look at something else? And I'm not sure.
I'm listening.
Do I just go? Do I just go with what I believe the passion is and just throw myself into it?
Okay. Yes, you're just supposed to throw yourself into it and do it. Now's the time, and not let the monkey brain chatter at you about all the things that could go wrong.
Right. Got it.
You need something in your life to really feel passionate about.
Yeah.
You need something to get you up in the morning that you can't wait to get up and dive right into it.
Yeah, that's been missing.
And you need something that feels like service, where you feel like you're really giving something to the world.
Yeah.
And you need something that's just all your own, that it just feels good to feel like you did something on your own and this is your thing. This is really your time, is what Spirit is saying. This is your time.
Yeah. Yes. And the trust in myself that, doing this and making it work. I mean, I'm not looking to be fantastically successful, but I'm looking for my own success and having then the rest of what I want in my life to fall into place.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Freedom, more freedom to live the life you want to live and to not have to apologize to yourself or anybody else about it.
Yeah.
And I think that the monetary gain will bring you that freedom.
Yeah, monetary gain is always helpful, especially in this culture and society that we live in right now.
Yes, right. Show me the money society. Right. Yeah, but I think you almost need the permission to have the stable income to be able to do a lot of the things you want to do.
Right. So for the long, like you were, it's so, spirit in the universe always puts you in the right place at the right time. So you speaking to someone before about, where they are in their love life or where they are in their career or where they're supposed to live in the next 15 years. I mean, that, as I hit 65 this year, all of that it is coming up to the surface, what do I handle first? Do I handle this first so that I have that, hopefully in a couple of years, passive income stream where I can then let go and see, okay, where do I want to be?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And that's the freedom, right? The freedom to go where you want, do what you want, travel as you want, and figure out where you want to, where and how you want to live out your life. Because you're not really at that point yet. You're not at a point in your life where you're like, yep, I would be happy doing this until the end.
Right.
You're still a little bit in flux.
Yes, I am in flux.
And that's okay. You're allowed to be in flux.
Right, because that's where I believe the answers start to come from.
Exactly. And I think sometimes people think like you get to a certain age, whatever you think that age is, and you're no longer allowed to go through a shift or a transitionary period. And that's not true. You can transition and shift at any time in your life. You can go back into a shift period because that's growth. And also it's service. You're going to the next place where the universe needs you to be. And I think that's beautiful. You never get too old for that. There's never a time where you're done. But I think you do get to places in your life where you think, yeah, I could just live out the rest of my life here doing this. And I just don't think you're there yet. And also you've got this business in you, honey, and it needs to come out. It's in there and you need to do something with it and you need to make it happen.
Yeah, I've helped other people with their businesses and got them successful and on the road, and it's time for my thing.
I agree 100%. It's time for you, honey. And I'm so excited for you. This is so awesome.
Thanks, Sheena.
Take care, honey. Please keep in touch and let me know how it goes. Okay.
I will. Take care.
All right. I appreciate that. Bye-bye. Yeah, it's so important, folks. It's never over till it's over. People will say, when is all this going to stop? My clients, when am I going to stop shifting? When am I going to stop growing? Is it always going to be this hard? Well, the answer to 1 is never. The answer to 2 is never. The answer to 3 is, well, it's varying degrees of hard. It's not always this hard, but it is always shifting, learning lessons, overcoming obstacles. But there's a joy and an excitement in that, and you have to feel good about that. Like I look at these commercials where people are running and I think, why in the hell would anybody get up at the crack of dawn and run until it hurts? Like, what in the world? And I think it's because afterwards you feel like, woo, I did it. And then there's this adrenal rush. Well, people will say to me, well, how do you stay so positive through all the twists and the turns and the shifts in life? And I think the answer is just what I just told you about how runners must feel that I don't get. It's exciting to know that you've overcome the stuff and moved to the next place. Spirit has set us up a very exciting life. And I'm very excited by how it all manifests. So, yeah, is it ever going to be over? No, it ain't over till it's over. Nope. But it's exciting every step of the way. And that's one of the things I love the most about life. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. Enough about me and how much I love life. Let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hello.
What's your name and where are you coming in from, sweetheart?
My name is Kimmy. I'm coming in from Columbus, Ohio.
Beautiful. And what's your question for me, hun?
So it's kind of relationship related, which
Okay.
I know you get a lot of those, but
no, it's fine. It's most of my practice is that. I love it.
So recently, me and my ex-boyfriend broke up. We were together for about 2.5 years.
Okay.
It's been about 5 months roughly since we broke up, and it's been pretty rough. Like trying to work on myself and, just doing what's best for me since I'm kind of in between that waiting phase of hitting my next period in life. And like I couldn't necessarily say we ended on good terms. He's pretty bitter about the whole situation, which I can understand.
Okay.
But I still have a strong feeling, like, because I pray for him every day, and every time, like, I just get a strong feeling that like things are gonna work out later down the road, but I'm not sure if he comes back, because I mean, you know what they say, they always come back.
They do.
But I'm just worried that if he does, it's for the wrong reasons and his intentions are negative. Even though we were together for so long, I feel like the breakup kind of made him switch in a sense.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to tell, like, if it was something I should, allow myself to get back into if, his intentions aren't.
Yeah.
Right.
The breakup was your final thing?
It
feels like
kind of
he sort of started it and you sort of finished it. Is that right?
Well, I initiated the breakup and then we were kind of on and off, but then and it's kind of backwards. Then he initiated the break. Well, I was going to break up with him.
Right.
And then he initiated the breakup because he knew I was going to, if that makes any sense.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. He started it and then you kind of finished it.
Yeah.
I think so this is a strange thing, and this is how it can be sometimes with soul ties, right? So things were not going good, which is why you wanted to end it. He sensed you wanted to end it, so he ended it.
I originally did, but we spent all summer talking after that. So yeah, it was kind of.
But then he didn't think it was going to last. He thought when he ended it, I don't know, somehow he thought it wasn't going to last, or you were going to beg him to come back or something, and it didn't work out the way he thought. And now he doesn't know what to think. I mean, I guess the bottom line is, do you want him back? I mean, do you want to be back in that relationship?
I mean, I spent a lot of time like trying to, because he's a very quiet, like, doesn't want to open up to people.
Yeah,
and
that's hard.
Like, I was the only person like he really ever opened up to, and I think he kind of has that like like he has that trust in me, but also at the same time, since the personality switch happened after we broke up, he's just become very bitter and hateful towards me.
Yeah.
So like I miss who the person he was in the past, and that's who I want to be with. But who he is now is someone that, you know, I don't want to associate myself with, and like I feel like if he does come back, he knows that I'm not gonna do that, and I don't know.
I think kind of bitter and hateful towards just everybody. He's hurt, so he's
Yes.
hurting everyone.
Yeah.
He's not a happy camper for anybody to be around at this point.
Yeah, he's been having a lot of like, I'm very close with his family, and they bring up to him me up all the time, and that kind of hurts him. But like, I don't know, they're just kind of upset because they knew I was really the only stability he had, because he doesn't have much of that in his life with friends.
Right, right.
So that's what's kind of hard, because it's like, will his intentions be genuine, or am I just setting myself up for another setback?
Yeah, I feel like you guys need to just purge and go back about 10 steps and start over.
That's how it felt.
He is very hurt, and he's pulled himself in further and sort of surrounded himself with like a ball of emotional pus.
Yep.
So nobody can get near him.
Yeah.
And so I think at this point, if you want to get him out of that, what you're going to need to have to do is come back and talk to him as a friend and start trying to put a friendship back together so you can be confidants and start to speak again so he can let you in. The problem is not how he feels about you. He's still very much in love with you. The problem is that now he's sort of like locked the door and swallowed the key, and he doesn't quite know how to get back to where he was.
That's kind of the thing, though. The past 3 months I've been kind of reaching out to him and trying to, like, I've begged him, just like, let me be your friend. Like, I don't care if we ever date again. Like, I just want to be there for you, because I know like how you keep everything to yourself and you just need someone to talk to. I was like, I just want to be that for you because I care about like your emotional state. And the past 3 months he's kind of just pushed me away because he has this new girlfriend now, and like I respect that, but like I just want to help him in a sense that, you know, he can open up and not feel like he has to keep everything locked up. But like the past 3 months I've kind of been trying to keep to myself, and he keeps reaching out at least once a month and just saying like really hateful things towards me.
Yeah.
And he's just
so
really
hurt.
angry, and it's kind of hard because it's like I keep trying to reach out, but I'm at the point where now it's like I'm being so persistent and he doesn't want that. So it's
Right.
kind of confusing.
Is it okay that I feel bad for the new girlfriend because she's not getting anything emotionally?
Yeah, she's getting used.
Yeah,
And
that poor thing
tried
is
to
starving.
I tried to like, I mean, reach out to her when I knew about the whole situation in a nice way, and she was just extremely rude to me. So I kind of just left it at that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't yeah.
Yeah, I think you just need to, there just needs to be time, and you
Yeah.
need to do, sweetie, exactly what you're doing, which is every once in a while reach out and tell him you need him. Like, I really need someone to talk to, and I trust you above so many people. Could we just get together and talk? Because I really need someone to talk to. Try being vulnerable with him so he doesn't always feel sort of like the mental patient that everyone's taking care of. Does that make sense?
Yeah. How long do you think? I mean, last time I spoke to him was last night, and he was just saying some horrible things, and I didn't say anything. I was like, I'm just not
No,
going to engage.
I'd wait at least like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
That's really early. I feel like that's so soon.
No, a month? I don't think that's, yeah. And then just text him and say, hey, I really need to talk about something. I need someone that I trust. Can I talk to you?
Yeah.
And think up something. That's really
the reason I'm scared to do that is because just every time I try and reach out to him like that, he'll just be like, stop trying to get in the way of my relationship, stop trying to do this. And like
yeah.
all of his friends, because he's a year younger than me, so he's in his junior year, but a lot of his friends think once he graduates, that's when he's going to want me back, because then he's going to realize he really has no support in what he does.
Right. No, he just needs time to try to figure out where in his brain you fit. You know?
All right. Yeah.
He's scared to be vulnerable with you again because he's scared that you're going to hurt him. So every time he thinks about it, then he just spews a bunch of negative stuff because he can't think of what else to do, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to send him lots of energy and healing. Give it a month and then try reaching out. And it may take a couple of times of him calling you every name in the book. Just don't take it personally. Remember, it's just pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think it would be the right thing to do, though, if he does come around to give him another chance, or do you think it'll end the same?
If you guys start back out as friends and you work together and are open with each other, I think it could be beautiful, but not like he is now. You don't want that.
Yeah, no.
Because what you get now is him coming on really strong, then disappearing, then coming back, because he doesn't know who he is right now. So you need to kind of help him find his way back into himself. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, that was kind of his excuse at the beginning when we broke up. I feel like that's why I'm kind of concerned a month is too soon just to reach back out, because he's just gonna, even though he's gonna be spewing those negative things, I'm just worried that him trying to find himself, that's gonna conflict with it.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea just to just give it some time.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be, you need to just sort of keep sort of hitting him. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
keep checking in with big periods of time in between.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. Take care, sweetie. Take care
All
of
right.
you. I'm sending you so much
right.
love.
Thank you.
You bet. Oh, everybody. Relationships are hard. So hard. Oh my God. So hard. It's not easy, people. It's not easy. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to know when to talk, when not to talk, when to take a step forward, when to take a step back. It's just hard. And I feel for everybody that comes on the show and asks these questions. And I deal with so much of it. 90% of my spiritual practice is relationship stuff. Mostly romantic, but also friends, family, coworkers, evil bosses, all kinds of stuff. If you'd like to book a private session with me, send me a text message, 818-437-0886. And while you're at it, that's the number you use to be a guest on the show. I'd love to have you. Also, if you'd like to send me a text message and you live out of the United States, WhatsApp is great. 1-818-437-0886. And always my website, sheenametalspiritual.com. Please visit me there and learn more about me. And I would love for you to follow me on social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and X, formerly Twitter. I'm just at Sheena Metal. Until I see you next time, seek peace, live in love, lead with kindness, embrace unity, always work to raise your vibration, and know that you are loved and you are loved. We're here every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time, only on PARAPOD TV, which is on the Roku channel. And we are also, notifications will go all across my social media. I also do live broadcasts on social media. And I also do my Sheena Metal Experience talk show, also for PARAPOD TV. Thank you so much to Tony Sweet, owner and operator of PARAPOD TV, for allowing us to be part of your television family, and to my engineer and producer Emery, who is truly the wind beneath my wings. I'm Sheena Metal. This is Messages from Spirit. And you know what? I'll be answering more questions next Wednesday at 2 o'clock, and I hope to see you here. Take care. Namaste.
Mm-hmm.